All right. Hello and welcome everybody to another Two Taboos. I am the color picker. Uh, we did just get done with Pride Month, but like this thing definitely makes me think of like a lit keyboard or like a computer. Don't get me wrong. I'm an ally of the LBGTQ plus. Sorry, I always gotta like think about it and make sure I'm saying that. And then it keeps getting longer, and that's where I'm just like, nah, you get enough letters. Like the plus implies, yeah. But anyways, not to be mean or anything, a person is a person, and everybody deserves to be happy. But anyways, no, back to the other stuff. I don't even know what we were doing here. I've been doing a bunch of work on a realm with the kiddos. Oh yeah, built a massive mob grinder. Oh, and I stopped. I like this design better, where I just continue up with one single unit, and then just make different floors. Oh, hold on. Oh, but anyways, as far as the side projects go, maybe uh, we can go document this stuff. So there are existing resources, and well, let me back up a little bit. So talking about the communal project of making a template of affordable housing and then spreading it around the world, making addendums, or in fact, yeah, let's see, I hope there's books up there. If not, I have a lot for paper. I could go back down to the cow pit and get some leather. Cow pit sounds like a bar or something, but all right. Yeah, so we were originally doing like religions, politics. I don't even know what this is. Did I mark it? No. Ooh, what did I say? Sticks. You know what? Feathers. Okay. Well, why some? Well, whatever. Flint. Do I have a? No, it's way back there. All right, maybe I can do this. Yeah. So I'm just trying to figure out what to do with all this stuff I have. Actually, wait, let's take the sugar cane, make some paper. There are books. Okay, cool. So we got, yeah, government, clear and transparent voting. This is actually kind of backwards. Government should be up closer to this. Clear and transparent voting. I actually am making some progress on this. I think I'm gonna go pick up a couple of shirts. Like I'm really running low. I'm growing out of my old ones, so it's kind of good news, bad news. Like I'm getting bigger, but both chubbier and muscular. So I don't fit my old shirts. I'm getting my dad bod. But anyways, um, well, maybe I can do some more work on it tonight. But as is, I got a new Kali Linux VM just set up, and I'm making the clear and transparent voting. And for those that don't remember or didn't see that episode, it's basically, well, here, let's go ahead and pick it up. That's what I love about this. Okay, now I see, for every country, just not the USA, yeah, this is a template, just like CommunL is a template for living. Clear and transparent voting is a template for government, like picking your government. Because every human, has the ability, the capability to be anything. So, anyways, every citizen gets a unique voter registration number emailed to them to an address that has multi-factor authentication. Now, just a quick aside, we trust our bank accounts with this stuff now. Everything is multi-factor, everything is proven with a cell phone, a phone number, an email address, and you can't spoof it. You can spoof it sending, but then, like, this actually happened to me. I had someone spoof the Fort Collins Police Department back when I was still in college. This is towards the end of the college, so it was a lot less likely that they were actually gonna be calling me. But I got a call, and I think I missed the call in. Might have done a voice. No, they never do voicemails. I must have answered it. Or no, that's what it was. I don't think I answered it. They didn't leave a message, and then I actually looked up the Fort Collins Police Department, saw that it was the same number, so it did because it popped up on my caller ID like that. And I remember back in the day when we still had walls attached to phones. Getting caller ID was, whew, that was a real improvement. We didn't even have all these people from around the world calling us. Like it was just like people calling during your dinner, like, "Hey, can I sell you something?" or "How's your vacuum doing?" or whatever nonsense. But anyways, yeah, no. And then I called back the police station, And I was like, hey, did you call me earlier? And they're like, oh no, this is actually a well-known scam, you know. And I let them know, like, oh, I didn't answer it, and I actually learned something, so it was good. I was nervous. I was like, oh crud, what did I do, or what did I not do? I don't know. Like, was I supposed to be somewhere? Like, hmm. So, anyways, back to this. It's a hash. You know, any type of hash will do. Like, there's several types. There's the MD5 checksum. There's the SHA 256. There's the SHA 512. I mean, I think it's just, and those might not even be the right numbers. Like, yeah, 256, 128. Because sometimes I get that mixed up. But anyways, it's a unique identifier. That's it. That's your number. It used to be a social security number, but those are now protected because we use that already. You know, it needs to be another different unique number. And every citizen gets that in their email. And it could be regenerated. It doesn't matter. Like if it gets compromised, you just request a new one. It's no different than a password and a password reset. Like, you know, as long as you have an email on file, and you'll get that established when you go to site register to vote. Every voter registration, I mean, I do have an email tied to mine. I have an email, a physical address, an address that's listed with the DMV. Like there are multiple ways to check this stuff. So as long as their computers have it and their protected servers that are like read only and only locally read at a minimum. I mean, not just glazing over basic security, but they've got plenty more. I mean, so anyways, uh, and yeah, it's shared by the phone for MFA purposes. And if you don't have a phone, you can borrow a phone from a family member, neighbor, friend, or somebody that is designated as sharing a phone number with you. And that's fine. Like, you know, as long as they're not sharing your password to your email and sharing and logging into each other's email, it doesn't matter. They can share the, I mean, worst you'll have to do is text them the code when it texts you. And you really should use an authenticator app. But again, I mean, you probably have to text that, and then that's a window of 30 seconds that somebody can, you know, do a replay attack or intercept it, and then log in as you, and then you got like what, you know, I mean, and it might challenge you. The way Google does is if it senses anything, it'll challenge you and it'll make you re-enter your password or do another multi-factor proof. And you know, so even the replay attacks, the percentage of those working very small. So, anyways, results are on display on a real-time web server. As you change your vote, you can see the change listed next to your voter registration number. This is important. You need to be able to toggle it back and forth, just like Clicker. You know, for the people that went to a lot of universities and colleges had these things, but basically they're a device, a handheld device, like a little rectangular wand that you point and then you click A, B, C, or D. It's just got these big four buttons of letters and maybe another button or two. I don't remember, but I got like two or three of these things over my college career because I kept losing them or or didn't think I need them or I don't know, like found the other one and then ended up having like two or three. And they took, a couple AA batteries, so then you had to invest in batteries to have for them. And, it is a whole thing just to show, like, something that your phone could do, and that's what they do now. They've changed away from the physical clickers to just an app on your phone now that phones are so advanced. And as the rest of the world is catching up to this. Like, everywhere in the world, they're getting smartphones and computers and all this. Like, it's coming. I mean, the computers are a little slower, but like there's a lot of people out there working on even that. And so I guess that's one thing I was wanting to make a video about while I'm in between chores and shopping and all that fun stuff. But people are working to fix this. So, but anyways, back to the voting. So then once the voting ends at the designated time, the web server becomes read only and a checksum hash is taken. So that's a snapshot of the entire, it could be a spreadsheet, honestly, a Google Sheets. Like you could have something as simple as that, like, and then pay Google like $1 million every election, like boom. Or I guess it would be like, well, figure out a deal. I mean, Google would do it as a patriotic duty and then probably take in a bunch of money anyway. Because I mean, for the peace of mind, knowing that nobody can cheat this system, you get one vote and one vote only. You can go back in and see if your vote has changed because it's read only, but it's still visible to the public and everywhere in the world. Anyone can see who voted for who. Mm. Actually, that phrasing is poor because they can see the voter registration number, which is like a 30-digit thing that doesn't make any sense. You know, you can just do a control F, you copy it from your email. So, and that's the other thing. People would be typing it out like, "Oh, I found this one," or "Oh, who's this?" And even then, like most people know who you're voting for based on your social media history. Like if you post liberal things or conservative things, then boom, people have a pretty good idea. Or if you post in between, I mean, if you post libertarian, then still it's kind of conservative leaning, but because they kind of tend to rip more on the Democrats and liberal stuff. I've noticed. That's what I kind of get a sense of. But I mean, I agree with a lot of the, not all, but I mean, there's a decent amount that I agree from all three camps, and those are just the main camps. But I mean, the ones that are just unforgivable, climate change and criminal. Oh, we'll go into that later. But anyway, so that explains what a checksum is, and that checksum is emailed to each voter to the same address. They got their voter registration number, and then yeah, you get a grace period of a couple of days, maybe a day or two, and say, hey, go in and check your vote, make sure it didn't get changed. And here's the checksum. If you want to download the file from the web server, the read-only file, take your own checksum, which you can do in the command prompt on Windows or Linux or Apple. Mac is based off Linux, so you actually have a Linux window command prompt in those too. I think. I haven't used the Mac computer a long time, but used to be it was pretty easy to get to. So, and if not, I'm sure. I'm sure it's still there. They wouldn't just take that out. I hope not. But anyways, and then if there's discrepancies, you file a discrepancy, you send an email back in, you're like, hey, my vote changed. This is what it's supposed to be. And then you have a record, a digital trail, and then a confirmation. The voter place is like, oh, hey, we see you sending this. Is this correct? And then you can be like, yes or no. And then, we could even do it like nonchalant. Like if you don't respond within 2 days, you have to be a willing participant in the system. Otherwise, there's little sympathy. But, we could even do hand holding and give it a week, whatever. I mean, that might actually be better at first to not stress people out until they get used to this type of voting. But then, you can only use that excuse for so long. All right, and that's it. So then if there are discrepancies, they'll be fixed. Then a new checksum after the final closing. Screenshots and video clips can be taken and stored with each VRN. So, and even when you're doing that, so like, I don't know, your own computer, it's amazing what can be captured. Like your whole mouse interaction, like it's all recorded somewhere. And so like, even if you were in an app, like I know some web servers, they're able to see outside of the web browser to like see if you're cheating. I mean, testing websites do that. Like if you minimize this browser, like, it'll send an alert. If your mouse goes outside of this browser, it'll send an alert. Like all sorts of things. But it can also record where your mouse goes in there, and then it's like, oh, did you click Trump or did you click Biden? Okay. Well, we saw you do it. So I mean, either you're just really bad at clicking, or you're trying to mess with us and sow doubt into the system. So I mean, and this could probably go away too. Like, really, that first step of just checking, be like, hey, is this right? Hey, no, this isn't. Okay, we'll change it. Is it right now? Okay. And then there's got to be a finite time limit too, because otherwise people would drag this out just be trolls. You can't give them too much of a leash. All right, so that's that. Now, communal. We need a new thing. Let's see. What's this thing? Religion. Okay. Communal. Now, there's already this is just the name of something I'm just like playing around with. It's not really a thing. Let's see, commune, but just something to have. Oops, I forgot we gotta go do this. Nonprofit. There we go. Look at all the fun things I've typed in this game. Nonprofit, home. Let's see. Procurement. Oops, procurement. Nice. It knows what I'm trying to say. And construction. Construction. Let's see, communal, nonprofit, home, procurement, and construction. Template. Templates. Well, now projects. We'll just leave projects because, like, yeah, it's one thing, and I'm about to look for how to make blueprints projects. So then you can even just lay it out and be like, hey, this is this and this is this. I mean, just to have a basis down. Like I'm an amateur at all this stuff, so I'm just trying to organize thoughts into something that you could put in front of someone like the MacArthur Foundation with the $100 million grant for the top nonprofit. We're not technically a nonprofit, but I mean, I don't think we have to. Because, like, even as it is, I finally found this guy. Let's write this down. Oh, whoops. On the Facebooks. Let's see here. Just had it up. Oh, crud. It's actually might not be. Is it in here? Nah. Huh. It's, something explained? Creative explained. There we go. Figured it out. Alright. Hacks, tips, tricks for garden and plants, creative ideas for cooking and kitchen, and homemade do-it-yourself. This guy is awesome. He makes a bunch of these quick videos, and he has a website and stuff that you can buy stuff, creativeexplain.com. It says don't throw it out, and like these these books with instructions. But the fact that he's already made tons of these videos, well, interesting. Oh, sorry. Wait, baking soda and lemon juice? Okay, sorry, I have stuff like that on my stove because this is a rental and people have tried to cook and failed. And anyways, Creative explained. So there are already people out there doing stuff, and he's got a shop and everything. And so all someone would have to do, Creative explained, this is the two E's, but .com. That's the drawback of writing it all out like this. It won't do the predictive text. I keep doing that. All right, Creative explained how to grow your own food. And this is only supplemental. Like, this isn't going to replace how to grow supplemental food. There we go. We'll sneak that in there. Because that is like putting the fine print in with it. Like, supplemental. That's why there's so many things fall flat on their face. Is because these blind spots and corner cases make it all the way to the final product. And they don't get flushed out at this level. Like, supplemental. You're still going to need to go to the grocery store. No way around that. At least not right now. And I have friends back home. They'd hunt deer and elk in the winter, and like I think that's usually when the season is. But and they would eat like they would feast on whatever animal they got for a couple weeks. I don't know how long the meat kept if you froze it, but still, I'm just saying like they still had to go to the store. It wasn't like they could live exclusively off of hunting stuff. So let's see how to grow supplemental food. There you go, nonprofit, and then there's another one. Actually, let me go look that one up. Okay, so it's Community Solutions. This is one of the previous winners of that MacArthur Foundation. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, we could do this. Community Solutions. Just hack it a little bit, and then .com. I think. Actually, oh. Never mind. It's community dot solutions. That's the first I've seen that. Usually everything after the dot is like a domain, like com or org or edu for educational. I think ca for Canada, cn for China. Anyways, slash housing. There you go. And they've got housing project, and I'm going to try to put the link to the housing. Okay, so they have a project, and now I can close that, for, they bought an apartment complex, just a small one, looks like an 8 unit, or actually I don't even know how it was, because it said 66%, or so two-thirds, not like some devilish satanic or whatever, like we're not trying to do that, but like that's just how two-thirds breaks down, or actually like 6-7. There you go. We could just call it 67% go to homeless veterans, or veterans that are experiencing homelessness or transient. There you go. To kind of give them a little more stability, give them a roof over their heads, a shower, a place to sleep. Like, it's not fancy, but it's a good intermediary step. And this has already happened in Aurora. I saw a picture of it, and it looks a little run down. And Aurora is kind of rough for anyone who doesn't know, but that's a city, part of Denver. So, um, but yeah, I mean, so they're already doing stuff, and now there's another 100 million up for grabs. So what I was thinking is like, all you gotta do is get creative explained, and then I'm thinking even so hybrid project. Oh wait, convince. What's his name? Does he have a name? Are we doing names, or is it just? Oh, hmm. Let's see. Um, about. Oh, he's located in Denmark. Nice. Okay, dude from Denmark. There you go. Convince him to do this for. Oh, sorry, that's me. Well, convince dude from Denmark. I don't know his name, but I think that's where the wind turbine company was from that I used to work at. But anyways, dude from Denmark. There we go. Creative explained. We'll just do CE. To teach all this. Yeah, this in the border villages. There we go. We also tried to get built 100 million. Like, I think Mexico would pitch in on this, and the U.S. government, but even if not, we gotta, like, say we can convince the MacArthur just to do this. We don't even really have to have a hand in it past that. Like, just be like, hey, connect these dots. Here's this dude from Creative Explain. He teaches people how to grow a bunch of food, offer him a job to, like, fly down to the border and help teach everybody to grow their own stuff. I mean, and teach them how to do it feasibly, too, because most people are capable of understanding how to grow food, and I had a garden growing up, so I helped participate in growing food, but I was taught by someone else who knew how to grow food and actually done it. I mean, it's easier said than done. And so actually going and doing it with a bunch of the locals, and I'd go down there, I'd go, swing a hammer, build some houses, and then hempcrete and stuff too. Like Colorado is notorious for our hempcrete. In fact, let's put that down there, like hempcrete houses, because you could get a 3D printer and just print. Oops. Hemwick Lane, hempcrete houses. Yeah, I think. Oh, okay, yeah, the washing machine's still going. Hempcrete houses? Question mark. And there we go. That's it. Communal. I mean, literally everything, anything. Local energy production. I don't know why I capitalize them. Production. There we go. And that's it. That's communal. Bada bang. Now, need a sign. Here's your sign. I like this one. Oops. Okay. CommunL. There we go. All right, so there's a project. Boom. Submit that as a nonprofit. I mean, you have to actually go through the steps and make the actual nonprofit, and then more planning than that. But oh, the other thing is I kind of already do have a few people on board with it. Like I've got a couple of residences or a couple of residents that would live in a communal community. Well, actually, quite a few, if you really get down to it. Um, I'm thinking about testing this out in different places in Colorado and then the border. Who knows? But like, eventually the border, yeah. And it's kind of like two split projects too. But the thing is like if you could like pitch both ideas and then say, hey, maybe like 90 million to this dude to go and teach people how. Well, not all 90 million, but like I don't know, pay him a million bucks to go like teach everybody and work there for like 5 years, do a 5 year deal, make him an instant millionaire. I mean, boom, and he just teaches people how to grow and eat healthy and stuff. I think that's a great gig. What is that, $200,000 a year? Oh yeah, and then the other 98,000, because we only need like a million to get like a trailer park or a tiny home village and make it. I'm trying to think of where I would put this. Actually, yeah, let's go ahead and. So, in fact, we'll even just try to keep it all on these 2 pages, like tiny homes, trailers, or caravans, apparently for like trailer or trailers, and then with garages, because that's the biggest thing. Is like you want to make sure your car is protected. I mean, not just from other people, but from the elements too, especially in Colorado. So tiny homes or trailers with garages. Other than that, people don't need a lot of space. They need a bedroom, like maybe a little like sitting area, um, or family gathering area, and then a bedroom for each person in the family. Like I've seen trailers with 2 or 3 bedrooms, pretty good size too. And then they just have the family area in the middle. Like there's 2 rooms to the right and then 1 room to the left, and then and then yeah. So, oh whoops, whee! I forgot you can do that. Anyways, oh whoops, done. Okay. And then the Monarch Ski Resort, they built $1 million tent that protected from. They put the ski shop and the rental shop and the ski school. But I think what we're doing is, yeah, we're making a bunch of arrows. We'll go ahead and do that. I don't remember where I was going with these, but I need seats. There we go. And I need them to be accessible. Oh, we're actually almost out of time. So, but yeah, that's the idea of CommunL. That's what I've been working on lately. I've also been looking into the thunderstorm generator, which looks like it takes a bunch of the carbon monoxide out of the fuel, the exhaust of running a generator on gasoline, petrol, like the guys are from London, the guy that's explaining it and everything. But it doesn't matter where he's from. I mean, the guy sounds very smart. He sounds like he knows what he's doing. I'm looking into it. I'm no engineer myself, and so like it's all foreign to me. But it's something about using plasmoids or plasmatoids and I'll admit, when you first look at it, it looks like a cult. Like, it totally does. Like, there's this wide-eyed guy talking about, the projects and stuff and how people have made the do-it-yourself generators. It's open source. And so there's a lot of things. But then even in the video, so it does. It shows, like, this gas thing for, like, the racing industry, car racing and whatnot. They have this gauge that, like, it's an anti-tamper. It has, like, fail-safes to keep people from tampering with it or messing with the numbers, and it shows you he shows you in real time, like has several people recording It's like, oh yeah, this is what's going on. Here are the numbers, and they even have a printer that is printing out the numbers. And then they have people using their cell phones to take pictures of the printer paper that's coming out to make absolutely sure that the numbers that are being read by the machine are correct and they're being transmitted. And then they have one guy reading the numbers out aloud on the first one. So basically, it increased oxygen in the exhaust, and it decreased. So I think it actually like produced like real oxygen, like from this thing, and then reduced the carbon monoxide and what is it? The hydrochlorofluorocarbon? No, no, it's the other one. That's the big long one that we finally almost got rid of. Also, this seems messed up. This is like one of the best ways I think. 'Cause if you just throw them at a wall, it's like, well, let's see. I mean, we got one. Well, anyways, the goal is to get more chickens. I mean, I feel like I've seen a higher percentage. Maybe I'm just imagining that. Maybe I'm just sick. I'm just kidding. All right. So, anyways, I'm just getting feathers for the arrows and all that. But that's communal, and I do have the A-Rye papers going. We're gonna have one on religion. We're gonna have one on politics. We're gonna have one on energy. I've already got a write-up going for that thunderstorm generator, and I'll put a link in the videos. So for a lot of you, you're gonna be coming in on this, and you already see the links. Be like, all right, cool. You know, for those 255 or less people, uh, because I got 255 subscribers. Thank you all. I appreciate it. But you will see this without the links for a while. I apologize for that because I'm still gonna add them. But I mean, and I'm making two versions too. I'm making one with my watermark with all my graffiti and everything, but I'm also making another one that's a clean version that I can present to politicians, corporations, other nonprofits, try to gather the masses together and just and organize things. Because Mr. Beast also has an app that has a bunch of like volunteering stuff, like ideas of how to help the communities and whatnot. Because a lot of things, a lot of it is just people don't know how to get involved. I mean, they could if they would, or they would if they could. Mm. Anyways, ta for now. I'm gonna go try to work on. Oh, I got laundry going. Work on that voting server. Go get some clothes. That's what I need to do. It's not too late. Actually, I have to look that up, but might be too late today. You know what? I'm gonna call it too late today. It's already getting kind of dark. So, all right, ta for now. I will see you all in the next one. Have a great night.